Welcome to Season 2 of Two Girls Shooting the Shit with Em and Mo. This year, we're working on that energy. Join us as we talk midlife discoveries, spiritual awakenings, pursuing passions, reconnecting with the goddess within, and a whole bunch of other shit. Make sure to follow our socials and join us on Instagram Live Tuesday nights, YouTube Live Thursday nights. If you're looking for bonus content, episode archives, or just another way to connect with us, check us out on Patreon. Thanks for all the love and support. Now let's get to it.
Right? Like this guy, I remember this guy was like, please don't put me on your podcast. I'm like, dude, I'm not like, I do not, like, I speak in generalizations or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, yo, last night, girl. Like, come on.
We do that off pod.
Offline, boo-boo. Hey, girl.
Hey, Momo, how are you?
Fabulous. How you doing?
Okay, now that I've had a deep breath and something. We should do that every time. I feel like before we get on, just take a cleansing breath.
Mindful moment.
Yeah, just like shed the ugh, because there's too much.
Right? Too much.
Too much. We were on YouTube Live last night, and I don't know. I walked away from that feeling like, first of all, I was hallucinating or something. But we got some good information. I love, like, we've made some connections, and I just really appreciate the guidance from people who have become successful in this industry or in this field, and are willing to share that with us.
In a barrel.
Yes,
I also appreciate people being open to sharing like best practices and things, like,
and criticisms. Hey, do this instead, whatever. Yeah, I'm here for it. Yeah. I appreciate that.
Just like, this is what, best practices on what to do, like what works.
Yeah. So I mean, I love that. I feel like I haven't been in a space where I've experienced so much of that, because I think overall, all of our content creation, our podcast, YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff, like, it's been very positive. Like, I don't think there's anything negative that we've experienced thus far. And I think that's great. I mean, we're all about growth.
So we haven't made it yet. That's all that means.
Yeah, that's true.
You haven't.
Once you hit it,
get trolled.
Yeah, where the haters at.
I
hate that word, haters. People be trolling though. People be trolling.
Be trolling.
Yeah, I don't know.
But what's the end game? I've been thinking about that. Like, what's the point? Like, this is fun. I use it as an excuse to talk to you, but now we're doing it even more. We're investing so much time in everything. It's like, that's a fun hobby, but like, what's the end game? Like, where are we going from this? Where can we go?
Well, I think we have multiple avenues, and this is, I mean, I guess this is what we're talking about. This podcast is like, we've started off with a podcast. And as did everybody else during the pandemic, right? So I feel like it's not unique. You know, hey, I'm gonna start. I know a handful of people who started podcasts also. Yeah.
It's basically like your persona. Like, it's just like having a social security card. I don't know. It's like you got a podcast.
My social security, yeah. Everybody's got a podcast. But I a couple of things though, I do want to pat ourselves on the back a little bit. Like, I know a lot of people who've started and are no longer doing podcasts. Like, they did a couple episodes, they're done. Aren't pursuing it in a way where they are on social media or on different platforms trying to engage with people. They're just putting podcasts out. And so I think that we're a little different in that, is that, maybe as a credit to us being long distance, we have to connect through these different, mediums. But I mean, we've met a lot of people. It's been a lot of fun. People don't know we do a podcast. They just think we're on Instagram Live.
Right? It's so funny. It's like, we could be talking about some stuff they don't even believe in. Like,
right?
I could discuss them.
But is that a thing? Is that it? Can you just have, like, what if we had just gotten on Instagram? We're like, we're going to do Instagram Lives and videos.
Oh, yeah, probably would have made some money.
But is that what people do?
Yeah, that's what talk about consistency. That's what I started off doing. And then I was like, what am I doing? Am I vegan? Am I self-love? Am I a musician? Like, what am I doing? But it's like, I think that's the thing with it. It depends on like what your goal is, because not everyone is out here doing the dances, or sometimes somebody's doing a dance and you go and it's a plastic surgeon, or you go and it's a dentist. They're just driving you to their page. So I think a lot of times people say, oh, social media, there's just people doing nothing on social, those influencers. There are those people. And even them half of the time will call themselves a life coach or something like that. So they have some secondary kind of like income, but
Right.
it's not just people doing nothing on social media. A lot of people have businesses. A lot of people have professions. Like I follow a lot of doctors and therapists and things like that. So they're just feeding people into whatever their primary place of business is, or caterers, things like that.
Yeah.
Area of business.
Do you think that you have to do those like, it really turns my stomach like this, and it really does. Like, I don't know why I have a reaction to it, but just all the cheesy, trendy dance type things.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to do them.
Yeah, but I feel
just
like
seems so
that's what
stupid.
people like. Like, they're scrolling in the middle of the night, watching videos, and it's entertainment. It's that quick little 30-second, like, oh, that's funny.
Quick
And then that
distraction.
drives them to the page. Maybe a lot of times it's not even about, oh, I want to see more of this person. It's like, okay, thank you. And you just keep going.
Keep going.
So
yeah,
and
I
I feel
barely
like
click on.
it's got to be exhausting too. We were asked last night how we feel about content creation. Do we find it difficult? And I think, I mean, it must be, because we're not that deep into it. We're not like posting and creating things like all the time. And some people do, and it's got to be exhausting to stay on trend, to carve out the time every single day to make a video or a reel or a TikTok or whatever. I don't know how people keep up with that.
Tools
And their regular life.
A lot of people have tools. So they use schedulers, they use automation.
Well, I'm not talking about that.
They set it and forget it.
The actual creation.
Yeah, this budgeting the time, making the time for it.
Where is that time?
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people, for like the lifestyle people, they're just living their life. So there's what time is extra. You know, they do have to add time for editing their content. Some people outsource the content editing. So, I mean, it just really depends on where people are. And, you know, with anything, like what level of commitment are you going to have? I know for me, when I started doing my YouTube, I would, you know, I still put on something when I get the time to sit there and edit something, but I was supposed to be doing it every week. And then, you know, that became
life
every
life
month,
happens.
That became 3 months, 4 months, you know, so that consistency is what gets people, because then they don't have anything to watch. I've done that. I've unsubscribed from people after a month. I'm like, okay, you have no new content. What's going on? But they have enough ads and everything where they still get suggested to me. So then I can get back on and follow them once I see the new content's there. But it's like all that back end stuff, like knowing what works and then what doesn't work. And it's like, we were talking about also people like knowing what's trending for people, what people are interested, but that's not always going to be consistent. And some people say, just do what you do and people will follow. Like there's some people watching to us would be the weirdest stuff. Like, why are you watching that? So
like the mukbang stuff and
yeah,
I still don't understand ASMR.
Yeah,
like that.
I guess it get tingly feels. That's the only thing I can think.
I mean, I don't get tingly feels. I'm watching someone do whatever they do.
I might. Hey. Get it.
I guess my thing too, and maybe I'm very old in the way I process and think about some things. And this is a relatively newish way of self-promotion, making money, monetizing your content, all that stuff. And I wonder, and I was talking to you a little bit about this morning, how lasting this is. It seems very instant gratification, but is this a life, like what's the lifespan of social media success, social media fame? Is this something that kids should aspire to, or should
they're out here with channels and stuff?
I guess I'm just looking at it like as a parent. My daughter's always like, I want a YouTube channel. And I've always been like, no, like, unless I can monitor and manage that, which I know I don't have the time to do. So that's just, and I don't know if you don't even know what you're going to do on the video, like you can't have a channel, you know? But the other day I asked her, what do you want to be when you grow up? And she said, famous. And I was like, what does that mean to you though? Like, what do you want to be?
Yeah. What is that?
Do? she's like, I want to be on TV. I want people, that's what I want. And I was like,
Why?
do you want to be a singer? Do you want to act? Exactly. And so I was concerned.
Is it like acceptance?
There was a lot of topics that we discuss here. And I'm like, are you looking for do you need that
validation?
To fill you?
Yeah.
I said, you could be a successful singer, dancer, actor, and not be on TV and not be famous, but you could be successful. There's plenty of people on Broadway I've never heard of that are doing the damn thing. Right.
I used to say that too. Like I wanted to be famous, and looking back, what I wanted is just freedom and peace, just freedom, money, and peace.
I feel like fame is not peace. I feel like
in my mind, I mean, as a kid, I thought it would be, you know, like now, like I think privacy and peace are better than that. Yeah.
Yes. But money. I mean, do you just want
the money? It's the disposable.
She said, I want to be rich. I don't want to be super rich, but I want to be rich, mommy. I said, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But so maybe it's a security, but just the idea, because she's got friends who have YouTube channels. She's got friends. She's 8 years old. Friends who have their own TikToks. Well, her friends aren't. They're just out here playing with dolls and doing stuff on YouTube.
But there's some kids who are doing that and making millions of dollars.
But I'm also saying there's a good chunk of kids out there doing it who are not making anything, right?
Like maybe they don't want to. Maybe they're just doing it for the fun of it.
Right. But it's also, I mean, again, with my parent hat on, how much of my child am I willing to put out there for anybody to consume? For what? What is,
I wouldn't,
you know, like we do home videos, we pretend and we do that kind of stuff, and she kind of gets but yeah, I'm not either, because I'm paranoid and I value her privacy and her
people are sick.
Safety.
You don't know what kind of sicko is going to be watching Pizzagate and all that, you know.
Well, not everybody is a Ryan, you know, not everybody is going to be, you know, that kid or whatever. So and I'm just finding,
just like the privacy of the kids too.
Yes, privacy. And again, you never know who's, like, people could be watching us. I know people aren't watching us, but people could be watching us and thinking whatever they want about us. And I'm okay with that, but not for my children.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know, but I feel like this is becoming more of a legitimate avenue, like an aspiration or a goal. Because there are people out here, like I was looking up, you know, TikTok with Charlie D'Amelio or whatever is supposed to be like the big, at the top. She has like 100 and what is this?
Million?
Lord, no, 100 and like 157 million followers.
Yeah, a lot of people are going from YouTube to TikTok to get more followers and everything, because the content is viewed by more people on that platform. I mean, not ours, but because the people have a formula. How old is she?
She's 17.
See, that's a kid.
I know, but that was like, she started maybe like 2 years ago or something. So she was young. I mean, she's a teen. I differentiate between teen and like an 8-year-old. Like that's a whole nother thing. But I just, you know, I don't know. I guess it's interesting. It's a kind of a puzzle.
50 million followers in 7 months. Wow.
Well, I was looking up, I was like, how do you know, because I'm really interested in this lifespan of social media, like how things become viral. I kind of went down the rabbit hole here, and it was talking about how just the idea of going viral. And there was like dances from when we were younger, like the Macarena, right? Who remembers that, or who's still doing that? Like it was big,
right? Bring it back.
And then it faded, right? And then they had those Harlem Shake videos everybody had to do, like in 2011 or so. You remember when people just go, you know, whatever. Nobody's doing that anymore.
Or whatever.
Yeah. And then Gangnam Style, same thing. Like, and he was kind of making fun of something. So it was kind of like a meme in a music video or something. It was funny, but that fizzled out. So I feel like, and we're seeing it more and more with TikTok, like, oh, this is a popular dance, or this is a popular trending song. And then they fizzle out, and it's getting faster and faster.
Yeah.
You know? So it's amazing. And it does take talent and skill to keep up, but for what end, like to what end? Like, I mean, how much are they getting paid? And is that a lasting thing to pursue, like to encourage your children to pursue as they become adults? I wonder.
Yeah. And they're getting paid like for different ways. So it's not just through the platform for engagement. They're getting paid for the engagement.
Sponsors.
They're also getting sponsorships from people. They're doing ads. Some of them, like I said, not the kids, but some of the adults have full-on businesses or professions that they're promoting as well. Stylists,
side business,
creators.
not side business, but like something else that they're promoting on the platform.
Yeah. Yeah. Or they may not even, they just may have a persona on a platform and then feeding, people can feed through and be like, oh, I want to talk to you for financial literacy, or I want to talk to you, buy some jewelry from you or some t-shirts from you, or all these different things.
I get that though. That makes sense. I mean, when I started the little Etsy shop thing or whatever, I realized I had to get on Instagram. I had to show pictures of what I was making. I had to engage. I had to create a community, right? So that, and then they would tell their friends, and then people who bought would take pictures of what they bought, so on and so forth. But if you don't have a business like a therapist maybe, or like some of these dentists, like these hot dentists who are out here doing dances and stuff, like if you don't have something that you are promoting, what you're promoting is just yourself. I don't understand that. That's what I don't understand.
That sounds like a dream. I would love it. You're just living your life, doing the things you do and getting paid for it, because people.
Isn't that weird though? I think it's great too. I would love that. I would love that. Right. Isn't that what we're trying to do?
Right. That would be the dream. Just go have some wine. We gonna pay you. Because you influence, you help people to buy things, and that's all they care about.
But doesn't that bring it back to like C word? Like, isn't that all just feeding into, that's weird.
That's what society is. There's no escape from it. I've decided there's no escape from codependency. It's just the way society is set up.
Because the premise of social media, the way it is now, bothers me. Like,
what's the premise?
I feel like it started off as a way of sharing and connecting people. And now it's a way of evaluation of people. How many likes, how many followers? Are you worthy of this? Are you worthy of being monetized?
It's just a different platform for it. Yeah. People are always going to evaluate. A
couple weekends ago, I was talking to a mom friend during a birthday party, and she's a therapist, and she was saying, hold off as long as you can, because she had just given her older child a cell phone. Started off with a flip phone, you don't get a smartphone right away. And then now he saved up his own money and said, Mom, I want to buy an iPhone. And he, she was like, you saved your money, fine. But she was just saying, like, once they get that phone, once they get those apps, you can't take it away. It's like, it's like a Pandora's box has been opened. And as a therapist, it's something that can be good for them to feel a sense of community and belonging, but most often is very negative and impacts them and their self-esteem and whatever very negatively. So she's like, hold off as long as you can before you, give your kid a cell phone and expose them to that kind of thing. And that kind of validates what I'm thinking about these things, and how children are growing up and thinking, this is what I want to be. I want to be famous.
Yeah.
It's like,
I did
kind of breaks my heart. Yeah, but you didn't have the platform to make it so.
All my stuff was, like you said, home recording,
And I love that though. That's fine. I feel like that's fine, because you got to express yourself and you got that outlet without somebody coming back at you telling you whatever they like. I was reading about Charli D'Amelio, and she got like violent, like death threats because someone didn't like the way she was talking to somebody in a video. Like, there are sick people out there.
Yeah, that's the thing. And you're exposing yourself. Talk about vulnerability.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate, because you're exposing yourself to people.
For what? For a chance to go viral?
Intentionally.
But it's all in the hopes of going viral. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that seems weird to me. Because in the traditional sense, like, you're not going to get unless you're like Malala, you said, whatever her name is, you're not going to get a death threat for going to college. You're not going to get a death threat for getting just all the other jobs. But for some reason, the internet makes people feel like they can come at people any kind of way. And that scares me. And it makes it feel like it shouldn't be something that you are promoting amongst, especially adolescents who are at like such a formative time in their lives. Like, it's weird. I don't know. I have feelings. I'm that buzzkill mom.
No,
these kids just having fun. And I'm like, don't do it. It's not safe.
Because you don't know. I mean, there's so many people out here just evil. It's right? Like, you don't know. So I don't blame you for that.
But I wonder, it's just a common thread with me is like, just, are we doing the parenting thing right? Am I making the right choices? And something about it just doesn't sit right with me. Like, let my child self-promote in a very global, potentially global way. There could be people all over the world seeing whatever content is being put out there. Yeah, I don't know. Feels funny.
Well, it could be like remember the Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen?
What about them?
Like they were the child stars and everything, making so much money.
But they were acting on a show.
Yeah, but
as opposed to just, hey, look at me. Like, yeah, I feel like that's a different.
And also, like I noticed that in the Black women, not agenda, like sphere of social media, where it's like all of the Black women are just like taking pictures of themselves and not doing anything. It's just like, look at me. I'm like walking modeling down the street. Look at like, I guess, I don't know. I'm like, are they? They're not models though. And it'll just be, look at me. I'm thriving. Look at me. And it's like no content. It's just like no joke, like no content or anything. It's just look at me. So
isn't that what all social media is though?
I don't think so.
I feel like that's exactly what it is.
See, my experience is different. I don't feel like it's like that.
So what's content then? How do you define content? If that's,
I mean, it's anything that you put on. It's anything that you put on. It could be, I mean, for instance, on mine, I have food content, I have comedy, I have musings or thoughts. It's not just, here, I'm Monique, look at me. Like, I'm not.
I like how you said that. You said musings. I don't know. I like that word. I want to use that more. Musings.
But it's just like, not just look at me, you know, like, because what is that for? Is that for validation, or is that like, what are we getting at? I don't get anything out of those personally.
Well, I feel like those types of things, and this is, I don't get it either, is when people just take a really cute, they're done up and they take a selfie, or, hey, I'm laying in a poppy field or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then they write this deep ass quote in the thing. Has nothing to do with the picture. And it's like, oh, love yourself and spread joy and vibes and blah, blah, blah.
I like that.
I don't. I'm like, what's you took a selfie and then you tried to make it deep. Mm-hmm. But the deep part that you're putting could have been put on any picture. You just wanted to put a picture of yourself up and had nothing to say about it. So you put something else on. Like, I don't, it's the self-promotion part. Like,
yeah, I see what you mean.
I share pictures of my private Instagram of like my family, my kids, things that I think, the podcast, like that type of stuff. You will have to go back several years to get a selfie of me. Like, that's
but why is that though? Like,
because I'm fat and I don't like it.
See, but that's different.
But it's also like, what am I promoting or what am I sharing? I have a lot of friends who sell skincare, who, you know, and they're always selfies, which makes sense, right? You're showing something. I will take a picture of me and my kid, like, but just a picture of me standing there, like, and then what do I have to say about it? Like, I don't understand the selfie. Like,
people love it though. I mean, I don't really do selfies, but people take pictures of me, and people, for some reason, for some reason that people like that. I don't know why, but they always get the most engagement. It's just a picture of me. And so I don't know. Cute. I know, girl. Let me stop.
You got a style. You got a
people always say that. They're like, I'm like, whatever. Yeah. Here, I'll share this. I'll try to put some food up. They're like, we ain't trying to see that. Post you.
But you know, okay, here's another weird thing is I was at UCLA visiting some old classmates, college friends or whatever, and we had our children with us. At this point, I just had my daughter, and she was maybe a year old or something. And she's a cutie pie. When she was a baby, she looked like a little doll. And there were some people standing outside the Bear, and they saw my daughter. And they came up and said, can we take a picture with her? And I was like,
oh no, that's disrespectful. No.
Yeah, but I was just like, it's whatever you got to do to create the aesthetic. Animal? Well, I mean, I don't know. They were, it wasn't a racial thing. So we're not going to put it there.
But I just mean, is she a spectacle? Like,
right. But that's the whole point is, well, we got to make the perfect picture. And I don't know how she would have made it. I mean, she makes every picture cute.
I mean, I took pictures with her because she's my niece, you know.
Right. It's different.
Not on social. I think I visited one time and put them on social media, and they had like icons over their faces. Like,
but that still would be fine because you know them. They know you. You are of relation. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it would be like if we were at Solely Vegan and that cute little baby, I was like, can I take a picture with your baby?
Yeah, that's so weird. Yeah.
Weird. Like, she's a prop.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I feel like people are props. In this, like, you just have to create the right aesthetic, the right picture, the right video, and you're not really promoting anything.
And people just latch onto it. And because that, then you start promoting, because then people want to sponsor you. And so then they're going to pay for your outfit. They're going to pay for your accessories. They're going to pay for your trip, the wine you're drinking or something. And then you get, I mean,
you keep talking about this wine, girl.
That sounds like a dream. A dream. I just want to do sponsorships. That sounds amazing. Just do whatever you want to do. Live the life you want. Like this list. I want to travel here, here, here. I want to eat here, here, here. And it's provided for, and I'm going to get paid.
But you got to get the buy-in. And I think that's the part that's weird. I guess, is it authentic? Like, this is who I am, or I have curated this person for you to like. Please like this so I can get paid. You know what I mean?
I've seen both. And I love it, because some people are like, I follow like some quirky Black women, and it's just like so fun to see. It's like
some awkward Black girls.
Yeah, they're just authentically themselves, and people, they're gravitate towards that. Then you also see the people who know the formulas, and they're all the same, but they're all making money. Like they figured out a formula, and they're getting all of these ads. They're getting monetized. I mean, I don't know. We got our like X Factor. We need, like we talked about that. We need something that sets us apart from people.
Ain't that some shit? I said, ain't that some shit? Oh, ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Goddamn.
How hard is it to go viral? It seems like a lot of times people go viral and they didn't even intend to. So there is some aspect of luck. So while there is some kind of formula to going viral, I do believe that going viral is also just chance and opportunity. You're speaking to the right people at the right time, and it trends. For instance, if a celebrity read your content and shared it, you're likely to possibly go viral if someone with 20 million followers shares your content. But also, if you're talking about something that is relatable to a bunch of people at the right time, perhaps they'll all catch on to it. I'm not sure what the formula is for going viral. What I went viral on was trolling, and I think that's the low-hanging fruit, and I'm kind of glad my name was not associated with it. It's not authentic. It's not authentically me. And so that's what I question. How much of it is authenticity, and how much of it is just being at the right place at the right time, doing a little dance, doing a little bop? And is that sustainable? I certainly cannot dance and will not be out here dancing and bopping, hoping to go viral. I'll have to just be myself and see what happens. Just the way it is.
A thing that I've struggled with is and I know you don't like to talk about them, neither do I, but the Kardashians. Like, and that's, I mean, but that takes a talent.
They're the first examples, right, of people doing nothing and getting paid to do nothing.
Right. And now they've got money and can do something. They start businesses. They create clothing lines and makeup lines. Without going to law school, just doing it the back way that people always know about, but nobody ever does. But could you imagine her in a law school setting? She couldn't do it. People would be all over her. Like,
it would be distracting. Yeah,
but I would love to see her rise up to this whole Socratic. I would love to have one of my professors just tear into her the way I've been torn into, and see how she handles it.
I think it's needed for all the ego in law. You got to have that Socratic method, kind of break people down a little bit. Yeah,
you got to get knocked down a peg or two when you think you're doing some big things. It's humbling, because I think there's a lot of ego in law for sure, especially people who don't even have the law degree yet. They think they're big shit. Like, oh, okay, look, I read this case. Let me tell you.
Yep.
But did you read the dissent?
Right. Did you read the note cases? No.
Right. Oh, I love that. Even when it happened to me, I loved it. It was a feeling like, dang,
I hated it. I dreaded it and I hated it.
It's a fight for your life. You know what I mean? Like, you standing up, you're presenting the case, whatever. And then.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't have to stand up, thank God.
Oh, you had to stand up.
And I always sat in the back too. I was like trying not to get called on. And people would always be like, we talked about this before, but it was just messed up. Like, by probability, I should not have been called on as much as I was called on.
I got called on every single day in my property class.
I was called on all the time. Only one time I was called on, and that was a big show because nobody read that note case. But that was the only time I was called on where I was unprepared. But I mean, I was almost always unprepared. I just knew how to BS my way through the Socratic method.
You'd be a perfect lawyer then. That's all
people,
it takes.
People would be like, how did you do that? I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Some
I just
big
looked at it
words.
5 seconds ago and remembered it in my head. That's
Yep. Yep. It was fun.
Meg with
I think
torts
that's
case and
fun.
shit. Yeah, trying to make like doing the math. Like I had to do math for one. Like I was
I
like,
don't do that.
I don't know
No, no,
how I
no.
was doing that.
Mm-mm.
And then when they get done, it's just that relief. Like
And you know you're not getting called on again, so you're done
for that
You can
day.
sit
Yeah,
down,
exactly.
for that day, so you can go get on Facebook like everybody else.
Yep. That's
Do your thing.
crazy.
Everybody was on Facebook.
I
in
wish
law
I was,
school.
I wish I could have been more present in law school though, just to see. I mean, I don't know. I just was lost in law school. It was basically like, I don't know what I want to do with myself. I don't know where to go. Just keep
I
me
was
occupied.
very present to the point where I excluded just about everything else outside of me, which was terrible. And so I lost friends. I mean, I was
But you
very
got a
immersed
husband,
in it.
girl. Hey.
Yeah, but I mean, just the separation between me and friends and stuff, that was hard. That was hard to kind of deal with, but it was one of those things where I woke up, it was law school, went to bed, it was law school. Like my whole life was this.
Did you
And
check
what
TikTok? I'm sure like that's a way it could be valuable. That's the way I could see people monetize. There's probably a law student out there blogging every day about their life. And so
yeah,
kids
don't
who
you remember
wanna
the
apply-
videos on YouTube? They would make them into songs. Like
Oh, no.
like foreign non-convenience, blah, 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 you know, and they would like people would be making videos with songs to help you. This is how I learned half my stuff.
Oh, wow, I need to
Memorize
go on there.
stuff. Memorize,
Yeah.
you know, long arm statutes and this and that, you know, especially for Civ Pro. Civ Pro, there was all this
Civ Pro,
music stuff. I
gosh.
hate Civ Pro.
I loved it.
But-
That's just, I like anything like that because it's like structured.
Yeah, I just didn't, it wasn't clicking with me.
Fair play, purposeful availment, substantial
All that's-
justice.
ah.
Yeah.
Take that bar, girl. Take
Oh, skate,
that
skate,
bar.
skate, skate, skate. Let me
Oh, Lord. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how we got on the topic of law school. But
We were
see,
talking about the
something like
Kardashians.
that, this is a perfect kind of connection, corollary, whatever, is there's a lot of parents out there like, grow up, be a doctor, be a lawyer, right?
They still gonna have a TikTok.
Yeah, but then there's how do you feel about the other end? Grow up, be a TikTok, be an Instagram model, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like they can make money. It's still something they can do. Are we treating it as a legitimate career path choice? Is it? Is it a career? What? How do you understand social media success? You know, I guess that's
It
my
work. I
question.
feel like, isn't it like anything? So if you're doing it for X amount of years with no success and you're like not making anything of it yourself, then maybe you need to try something else. Like I feel like you can support the kids, let them do what they want to do, as long as they have the foundation to take care of themselves. If it becomes a thing where they're just like perpetually adolescent, not growing or thriving and sitting here trying to do social media, not getting sponsorships, not getting ads, not working, like not having gainful employment or income, then what's the point? Like,
Yeah, well, because I feel like everybody has social media, so it's not
but you're saying like
Special.
people who want to do it for a living, that's
like
different.
pursue it as like have
Yeah.
aspirations of being like the booty model on it. Well, here's another thing. I guess I had a roommate in college who wanted to be a chef. She knew she wanted to go to culinary school. That was her thing. Her
Mhm.
dad said, you can do whatever you want to do, but I want you to get your bachelor's first.
Mhm.
That's it. And then I'll support you in any other.
Did he pay for it?
He did. So
Okay.
whatever you want to do, fine. But I want you to have this just in case, you know, because
But
20 years ago,
I feel like that's a waste
20
of money now. Yeah.
But well, she went to culinary school and that became a hobby of hers. And she used
Mhm.
that bachelor to do something else.
Yeah.
And she used, you know, and she was very thankful that she had that.
Mhm.
And so like in talking
But I've also
about
seen the flip,
what flip,
where people don't get a degree or don't. I mean, it depends on, I guess, what you're studying. Like, I feel like
right?
for me, like liberal arts, you can leave it. I mean, depending on what you're going to do, a lot of
Yeah.
people are out here getting like certificates or just we're getting into the workforce
Right.
because the way America's set up, we don't get education for free. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like a shackle. Education is a shackle.
That you pay for
So-
the rest of your life.
Yeah. But what were you saying about her degree?
Oh, well, Sean and I have talked about this with the kids. It's like, you don't have to go to college. We're
Mhm.
not pushing that. If you have a dream or a passion or something you want, come to us with a plan. If you have a plan, then we'll support you in that plan.
That's
If
so
that plan
cute,
does,
y'all talking about that. I
well,
love
if it doesn't involve college, but you have a plan to get to whatever it is, you have a business plan, you want to do, start a whatever thing, whatever you want to do, we will support you in that. It doesn't
I love
always
that on
have to
Shark
be
Tank.
college. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
college isn't for everybody. And
Mm-mm.
college, for the most part, isn't even about what you're learning academically. It's about the people you're
Networking,
meeting.
yeah.
But the
Networking
way
and
that it was,
compliance.
right, but the way that it was set up 20 years ago is you couldn't get a job without a bachelor's. And it didn't even matter what the bachelor's was in.
By design.
Most of the jobs, the salaried, you know, I guess, whatever jobs that you sought when you left college required, you know, a degree. Now it's not looking, I mean, I don't know, I'm out of the game, so I don't know what HR is looking at, but a lot of applications had, do you have a bachelor's degree?
Yeah, a lot of
Yes.
people don't. A lot of people
Mhm.
don't, and like even in tech, a lot of people are getting these certificates and things like that, and bypassing having to waste that money on a degree.
Well, they're changing that too, because there's more legitimate certificate programs. It's not just DeVry or whatever it was,
Yeah.
ITC Tech or whatever.
Or these boot
you know.
camps and things. You can go to a boot camp and learn everything you need to know.
Yeah.
So there are options.
camps.
I've looked at those like for like mid-career people even. So for instance, someone like me where I have my degree already, but I can still go and do something like this. And then
Degrees, degrees.
and then they also give you sometimes they pay, you know, they let you pay out of your when you start to get a salary. So it's
Yeah.
deferred payment.
I like that. A
Yeah.
lot of companies are doing that. A lot of companies are paying for your education,
Yeah.
which is like, thank you.
Thank you, since the government won't.
Right. Or just, or not even that the government has to pay for your education, but can they make it pass some legislation or something where it's like, you can't gouge me. You can't make me give you my firstborn so I can have a piece of paper. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? Like some of this is like I know college was
has
expensive
nothing to
when
do
we
with-
went.
Yeah.
The kids now, how are they
Ain't
how are
no
the
way,
parents?
boy.
How are they paying?
How
for
are you
this?
planning? I mean, 509.
Well, we started, yeah, they all have accounts. We started from birth. So they've got but even those accounts aren't going to cover all. I can only imagine, you know what I mean? Like I can only imagine. So
Scholarships,
it's crazy.
grants, yeah.
But that's not that tying it back into the social media stuff, like the way a lot of younger, especially younger Black kids are told, play a sport, do something
Yeah.
for athletic
Get your ticket out
scholarships.
the ghetto.
Not everybody's going to get that. Just like you're like, I'm gonna start this and I'm gonna be an Instagram influencer. Not everybody's going to get that. What is the next plan? What is your plan? Right? Like, I mean, it's like
I need a plan right now. Shoot. I ain't got no
I don't like
plan.
the word pipe dream, but I feel like that's a pipe dream. What's the realistic dream that you know you can accomplish while working on your pipe dream? Do you know
I
what
think
I
I
mean?
gave up on my pipe dream because the whole reason for being in LA was to try to do some acting, try to do some singing. And I got there and I was like, no, this is unrealistic. Let me just work in an office. I don't know. I just gave up on myself. And I was like, let me just work in an office. I didn't feel confident. Like I tried to take vocal classes and I just did not feel confident. I didn't feel like I could do it. And so I just focused on work. And then.
I feel like that's the thing. Like looking back, would you just slap yourself? Like,
I would have just gone for it.
Yeah.
Because I worked with secretaries who were like actors and comedians and stuff.
Everybody had a side hustle.
Yeah.
Like everybody, yes.
I would have just gone for it. I would
is.
go to the improv. I would go to this what is it? Sunset, the factory, Laugh Factory. I would go to all of those places, the Ice House, and I would watch and consume.
Yeah.
And like live vicariously.
Did you know to do that though?
What do you mean?
Did you know to do like I feel like when I was younger, I didn't know. I knew what I wanted. I didn't know how. And I don't know that I had the resources the way we do now. You could Google anything. We didn't have all of this information.
I was going to parties. I was around people. Like if I wanted to but I hated people and I was so self-conscious as well.
With your alias.
Yeah, that I didn't feel comfortable even talking to him. Who knows what could have happened engaging with the right people. Like I would go to the improv and I don't know if it's like that anymore, but it's like all the comedians you see on TV just chilling at the bar. Like I was just like, And I would just try to play cool, and just be like,
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
man.
but it's like that. I was hanging out with people I didn't even know were like older people who like I didn't even know were comedians. One time I remember I was sitting at a table and with my friend and this older guy who I guess was a comedian back in the day. And one of the comedians came to the table and he was like, "Hey, I want to introduce you to," and I was just like, "Hi." And, and I'm just like, this is crazy. These are people I used to watch on TV as a kid,
Crazy. I feel like I wish I could go back and say stuff to my, like, or
Be
go back,
confident, yeah.
tell you like you belong here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're allowed to be here. They should be glad to meet you as well. This is it. And I
And
feel like
it's-
there's opportunities that come. And if you don't
Mhm.
seize it, like they legitimately may not come again.
Exactly. And it's something
can't be
people
scared.
see. And it's like, as someone who's lived across the world, I don't even know if this was like you say, your daughter said she wanted to be famous. I don't even know if it was my idea, but it's just like you go around so many people and they're like, you need to be on TV, you need to be. And it's like, what is it about
Yes,
me that needs
girl.
to be? Like, what is
Your
it? What
voice.
is it? Like
Your voice, you're hilarious. Like you
Pe-
definitely need to be on something.
people always people would always tell me that wherever I lived. And it's just like, what is it? Because I don't know how to pursue it. I mean, now is the perfect time right now.
How do you
would
get
be
like, have you ever had an agent?
I don't know how to get it. I'm on
Or
backstage.
just go talk to somebody and say, hey, like I'm interested.
Besides
Like,
the
look,
scams back in the day, I don't know.
yeah, I know people meeting you in the mall, like, hey, you want to I used to
some
do
of
that
this
stuff
open
too,
call,
Lord.
only $100. I never did that though.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. And then
Ridiculous.
you have people like Fez from Euphoria who just walk down the street and get discovered, or Cameron Diaz just shopping in a store and getting discovered.
I feel like they don't do that anymore.
Fez
Just
was
like-
recent.
just like-
Euphoria, that's recent.
No, but like recruiting. Think of how
There's two
recruiting was
scams.
done, like just regular business recruiting
Mhm.
was done 20 years ago, right? Versus how it's done today. And I feel like a lot of the like
Personal.
discovering of people
Mhm.
probably happens on social
Online.
media,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I guess so that is part of it then. So you got to get your Instagram tight. You got to get your whatever, put
Yeah.
your video, your TikTok songs and your comedy
I
spots.
see
and
it as a
stuff.
persona. Like my social media, I try to give an accurate depiction of me, like the different facets of me.
Mhm.
And if I want to do, sometimes I'm singing, sometimes I'm cooking vegan
And that's
food,
you,
sometimes I'm
right?
bitching about
Yeah.
life. Yeah, it's just like
Your
it's-
musings, your musings.
Yeah, sometimes I'm musing.
I love it. I love it.
But it's like, if I could make money, yeah, but I don't know how. And I don't know why people like pictures of me versus pictures
Girl,
of food.
stop.
But I'm just trying to understand.
Because
No,
you
I'm
a
just-
whole ass snack. That's
But
why.
no, there's got to be some kind of formula, like some kind of formula to it. You know what I mean? There's got to be some kind of science behind that.
I think
that I
there
haven't-
is. I do, like on our account,
Mhm.
whenever we post pictures of ourselves, there's more engagement. We can post
Yeah.
pictures of whatever. We can create the coolest thing on Canva or make a little video, whatever. And people are like, okay, maybe 2 people will come through and be like, yeah, I like that.
Yes.
But if it's our face or like us,
What's
and it's
that
kind of like,
about?
do you like this? Or are you the shady people we're trying to protect our children from? Like, what are you doing with these videos?
Right?
I'm gonna
Y'all
post a
try to
picture of my
holla-
feet. I'm
Well,
gonna
I
put
know.
feet up there.
Do it with the white nail polish. This
Girls,
perfect season.
Why are you obsessed with white nail?
No, it's a thing. Google, put white nail polish
What?
on a hashtag. It's something, I guess it's like the most common nail polish or something.
That's so
I don't
weird.
know. I mean, I wouldn't know.
Oh my God. That's so weird. Yeah, but I think it's, you know what? I'm going to treat this like an academic exercise, and I'm going to start like trying to learn what I can about this to understand how people are becoming so successful and why. Like what
It's also
like, what's
keywords.
going
We
on?
spoke to someone who was just like, they posted at a timely, something controversial in the right time, and thousands of people just started, it went viral. I've gone viral before,
Really?
but I didn't put that's when I started watermarking my stuff, because it's kind of like
People share it.
Yeah, I posted something just for like a day, and then I took it down because I knew it was going to be controversial. I don't even going to talk about it. I sent it to you. I think you may remember.
Okay.
But then I took it down because I'm like, I don't want to be this is not in a positive light. Like, I don't want to be associated with this and this negative, manosphere
and it's going to
negativity.
come back to your page, and that's what people are going to associate.
Yeah, it's like that's not the way I want to go viral. Like that's the low hanging fruit. I knew it was going to go viral. People were doing YouTubes about it. It was all over the place. But it was like, okay, I don't want my name associated. Like this is not the energy that I want to give out into the world. Yeah. And so I had to check myself, and I got no accountability. But when I saw it on YouTube, I was like, what all these people doing? I did that. I was like, I can go viral. I just can't be associated with it. I guess once they see I'm on it, then they're like, nah, we ain't letting that go viral.
Yeah. Well, you want to go viral for something that you are known for, and you
known
want to
for
be known
and can
for.
keep up. Yeah. I don't want to be viral for mess and trolling, you know, like, no.
Well, that's the scary part too, is because you never know if you're going to be a meme, you know, like these pictures. I mean, who's the dude? There's like some douchebag with the hat, I don't remember, or that girl that's dancing and she's doing her thing, you know, like, I don't want to end up being one of those people. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, who is this?
These memes.
Oh, like the girl, like,
yeah.
Or because they don't get money. Like if they got money, I'd be happy to.
Yeah, but when your face is just used for all kind of stuff and you end up like that, I don't know. I feel like that's a fear. I'm not trying to do that. When your image is just all over the place. But I've been fascinated all morning since I woke up super early with just the idea of going viral and like what the is and all that stuff. And
you know people who have gone viral. I know people. I don't know people who have gone. I know people have gone viral, but not to that extent where they're being like flued out and everything.
Flued out. I'm very close to people who have been flued out and all that stuff and sponsorships. And I do see people who, and it's got
free meals and stuff.
Yeah, but it takes a lot. And I guess that's what my curiosity is not everybody, like the particular family I'm thinking about, like not everybody attains that level of social media success. And then I wonder, at what point does it plateau? At what point does it drop off? And how does it change your life to have to sustain that? You know, because that's a lot.
It's a job. Like people think it's just you just coming on and getting discovered. No, but these people put work, and so not always.
Lots of work. Not going to be. It's time.
Yeah, but some people put time. Either way, it's time. I don't care if you're just effing around and not planning at all, and you just go viral.
Oh, like
that's
we
your
do.
Time.
Except we don't go.
We don't go. Yeah, but that's the time you put in. You know, like it takes
and the
a
setup.
lot.
Sometimes it's like you got to get an outfit on. You got to go to the right place to go do this. You know, I mean, it's a lot goes into these videos. And so that's why I'm thinking, like, does it justify the time spent to create this content? Like, are you getting what you need from it? Or what are the odds good enough that you're going to receive what you want to receive?
I think that's an individual decision. That's not our decision. If we're not consuming it, it's not for us.
Well, but in our situation, like if we I think that's something we probably have to have an offline conversation about is what our goal is, and is it worth the time?
Yeah, is it worth the time?
Do we have the time?
Because we don't. The time is slipping, and it's like, where are we going with this?
Keeps on slipping.
And then it's also, what are our capacities? Like some of the podcasters I listen to, like they have to get a production company, or they have to get somebody to help do stuff. They have to invest, because that is not like, people are trained in these skills. There are people who are trained to create content. There are people who are trained to do different things. I'm not in marketing. I don't know. I could pay someone to kind of help me, but not everyone is self-made. Not everyone is out here doing everything themselves. Although I do see some, and it's just like, and I think I stopped watching because it's like, sometimes I'm just like, why am I watching this? This is awkward. But it's just like people living life. Like they're just like, okay, I'm in New York. I'm gonna go get me some food right now. Okay, I'm gonna go walk down the street. Like they're not doing anything, and they're making all this money. Like, and they'll show you there's websites. If you put a YouTuber's page in, I don't know if they have it for Instagram, but if you put a YouTuber's page in, you can get an estimate of how much they make a month.
Wow.
So you can see like $200,000 a month, like this crazy amount. Like,
you've sent me some YouTubers and you're like, this girl made $43,000 last month or whatever. And it's like,
what? Young,
for doing nothing
in their 20s. Just being cute. And usually that's what it is. It's like like you said, it's those kind of people who are just want the vibe of the girl, and it's on like OnlyFans, I guess, something like that, just a different level. Because I found out about some people through dudes who just thought the girl was cute, and then I go and it's just the girl living life.
I mean, it helps if you're cute and young.
Always, you know, cute and young and thin. Cute.
Yep.
PYT.
Dang. Why didn't we do this 20? We should have done this 20 years. Could you imagine if we started this 20 years ago?
We probably would have gone viral.
I feel like our content would have been fire.
We had confidence and stuff. All this banging.
I mean, like yesterday, I went to grab lunch with my husband real quick. Went to this local sandwich shop, and I was like, dang, because we're leaving Cali. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should take a picture of it. Like, it was just like a NorCal like sandwich place that I really enjoy. And I'm like, oh, I need to make a bucket list of like what I'm going to miss for, I mean, so I know in my head that could be content, like just going through this bucket list, you know, I'm saying bye to Cali, whatever, but like, what I look like going into I'm ordering my sandwich for lunch. I'm going to take video and pictures of every little bit of what's like, that's awkward to me. Yeah. And that just like, I can't, I have to engage with the salespeople. I have to engage. I'm not sitting here with my phone, like,
and like, plus that can be, I mean, depending on the place, like movies have to get licenses to take video. So like, what gives us the right to go in and just video?
Right.
I do at places, but like, I don't know if Sam, like, I feel like that'd be awkward.
Yeah. I feel like it's entirely awkward. Like everything, like, you know, we've done home shopping lately. We've been doing, you know, touring houses and stuff. I'm not gonna take videos inside of a house.
No, because you don't want to be doxxed.
but it's also like, what parts of your life are you going to record? I feel like there's always constantly people who are out there like this and just like, and there's life happening.
Right. Like this guy, I remember this guy was like, please don't put me on your podcast. I'm like, dude, I'm not like, I do not, like, I speak in generalizations or whatever. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, yo, last night, girl. Like, come on.
We do that off pod.
Offline, boo-boo.
Yeah. But it's also one of those things where I remember seeing somebody, I was in Monterey with like our family. We went just, you know, have lunch, beautiful beach kind of thing. And some dude was out with us, and I hate selfie sticks, but now they seem very practical to me. Yeah. But he had a selfie stick and he was going out on the rocks trying to take a picture, and he fell.
Some people died that way.
And I laughed because I was like, that's what you get, dude. Like, you could ask somebody to take your picture. You could like, there's a whole, do you need to have that shot? Do you need to have that shot? You know?
I don't know. I feel more confident. I feel like awkward taking selfies. I don't know why, but I do because I have to sometimes, like when my
seems like a self-absorbed type thing. I think that's why I feel awkward doing it. Like, look at me, I'm taking a picture of myself. Like, that's weird.
I'm taking a picture of myself for you to consume.
Yeah, but
because it's like one of like my latest reel is a selfie. It's like in Atlantic City in a casino.
Where you were saying something.
Yeah.
But you had a message. You were imparting some kind of
it wasn't like, look at me.
Amusing. You know, you had amusing.
It was these people getting on my nerves.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's something, if it's a reel or there's like an actual message you're imparting, that makes sense to me. But if it's just a picture of you and then you find a quote and you put a quote in the thing, I'm like, what do we do? Like, is that all it takes? You just have to be cute. That's what it is.
I'm like, can I be a plus size model then? Dang, I want to live, just want to have fun.
But it's also, can you live and have fun without social media? Without the social media component?
Because then you got to go to work. Nobody trying to do that.
You say ain't nobody trying to do that.
I need my reparations.
I'm trying to work. I think it's time for me. But I don't want to work for anybody.
Work for the podcast. Maybe you can learn marketing or something.
Work for the podcast? Yeah, but I want to get paid though.
That's what I'm saying. You learn how to make money.
I guess. Maybe that's what I got to do. But the other thing is I need people to take it serious. That's another social media thing. Do people take that seriously? If someone's like, I'm working, I have to edit this content for the next like 6 hours, leave me alone. Like, I feel like people will not leave you alone.
That's your boundaries. Yeah, that's your thing. Yeah, because people do take it seriously. Depends. That's you have to enforce and set your own boundaries.
I know,
yeah.
but
For
This
me,
is
it's my
side.
own self. I'm like, ugh, I start itching. Like, I don't like to do, I'm struggling with this in every aspect. It's like, I don't want to do stuff. Like, it makes my muscles hurt. Like, I'm not even kidding. My forearms start to hurt. Like sitting in front of iMovie or something, or GarageBand trying to edit something. I'm just like, oh God.
Like, you just need to be a real housewife.
Right? Hey, I
Somewhere.
can't even be a real house girlfriend. So
Where's Big
Lord.
Ed at? Where's Big Ed? Well, he don't
Right?
have, he can't take care of you.
He getting top models.
I know. See?
Oh, his dog died.
Oh, I don't keep up with that.
Poor guy. But yeah, it's like if Big Ed's getting top models, what's left for me?
Because of fame. So maybe that's the piece of it. Once you become famous, you get.
It's that privilege. That's what people
Yeah.
want. It's that privilege, that vetting, that you don't have to prove yourself for this, and this.
But it's how you get famous. So either you're very
Well,
beautiful.
Kim
you have
Kardashian sucking
Yeah,
on
I'm
Ray
not-
J. So
and vice versa and all that kind of stuff. All of those things. Everybody was doing something. But how is she again? Last night I was talking about changing the narrative, having a fixer, Olivia Pope, all that stuff. Like, look at how she turned that. There was a hot
she
moment
also
where
had
those
resources.
videos were the way Paris Hilton had a video. I'm sure Britney Spears.
Everybody did.
had
Pam
a
and
talent.
Anderson.
Yeah, there was a time where it was just like everybody put
Now
your
that's a
stuff out, let's
Netflix
see.
movie or one of those. I don't know, one of those streaming services.
What, to
But
put
yeah,
your
it's all
videos
about
out?
this. No, the Pam Anderson.
Oh, I'm like,
Tommy
that's
Lee.
scary. People just
But-
uploading videos.
So many people had videos, and then it goes away. Like you'll see something like a preacher was caught in a gay scandal or something, and it's like controversial for a month or two, and then the preacher still preaching. Like people still
Yeah.
doing the things. Nothing happens.
Well, that's I think that's the nature of all this. That like nothing is. I think I just posted something on Instagram. This is so timely. Oh Lord,
Mhm.
I don't even know.
Yeah,
It was the yoga brand Spiritual Gangster. Nothing is
Oh.
forever, you silly bitch. Is what it said.
Ah. Oh, I love
Here it is,
that.
Here it is. Nothing is forever, you silly bitch. I saw that this morning and I was like, that's true. And now here we are talking about nothing's forever. Louis C.K. won a Grammy.
Mhm.
Nothing's forever.
You just got to
So-
ride it out. Sometimes it feels like forever.
Or Chrissy Teigen. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, because she
She
used to
was-
bully people. They brought so yeah, that's the
And
thing.
now
You might
she's
think-
sober.
Yeah.
And now she's sober and people are like, oh, you're
Sober is a
glowing.
lot of people
You're
are.
a hoe."
I'm considering it for the future because
Girl.
a lot of people are doing sober. I mean, I would be.
You sound
a wine
funny. A lot of
sober.
people are doing sober these days. That's
Yeah, I noticed it. Yeah, it's
No,
like
but
they're
that sounds
charging you
funny.
$40. They charge you $40 for some non-alcoholic. I'm like, what y'all got in here? I ain't paying $40 for no water. Like, it's just crazy. Like, why are people
It's
paying
just on
if you want to?
trend.
That's what I'm saying. Like, everything is about influence and convincing people. You got people out here paying $40 for a bottle of goddamn water with some herbs in it, flavored or something. Like,
Yeah, put some herbs in my water, please. Put some
right?
herbs.
Like, y'all ain't, it's not having any kind of psychoactive or whatever.
It's just
nothing.
water.
You just
I
paying
can
for
get
some
water for
juice.
free.
$40 juice, enjoy. Like, and people are willingly and happily paying for it and posting pictures of their mocktails and things. It's the same price as alcohol. It's like, I don't get it. Oh, the people took time to procure these
Oh, stop.
combinations of, you know how they do. It's a whole story. And I'm just like, come on.
No, I don't do that. Just give me a Shirley Temple. You don't procure nothing with no Shirley Temple. You want to have a mocktail. Put some grenadine in and leave me alone.
Right? Put me
Make it
some
simple.
bitters.
Keep it simple. I still don't know what bitters are. I need to go.
I
see
don't
what
know,
we
but
got
it
out
makes
here.
everything taste like a cocktail.
Really?
It's
Like it
just
gives it an
strong,
alcohol
like, yeah,
flavor?
because it's like that strong little bitter alcohol, like a high alcohol percentage, and they put it in with different herb or like different things like
Thanks.
cherry or
Mm.
all kind of stuff.
I don't have my bubble.
Depends.
What am I doing?
I know I don't have anything to drink for once.
Well,
I hate life.
how do we always end up here? How do we always end up here? I hate life. How do we always end up here?
This is my chest is hurting and stuff. Like,
Oh,
I
girl,
think,
it's the
ugh.
coffee.
Oh
Just
yeah.
wanna go drink you some water. Take another cleansing breath.
Any last words on
We
social
should do a video
media?
of just that. You breathe cute. That was
I
cute.
breathe. I'm gonna
Yes,
have
it
to
was like
watch.
a
Look at
whole these full
it.
lips.
You
Yeah,
breathe.
I'm on these lips. I'm on these full lips. I don't know what it is. But yeah, that was a cute. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, did you see this? I think it expired by now. I found this
Oh.
picture from when I first moved to LA and I posted it on Instagram.
Oh my
I mean, you
goodness.
can definitely tell I was younger. But for the most part, I pretty much still look like myself. But damn, I didn't know my teeth were so cute. I was like, why didn't anybody tell me my teeth were like that? I had no idea. I think
That's
it
another thing that
expired.
changes as you age.
Yeah.
Like teeth are forever
Coffee.
moving.
I wasn't drinking
Yeah.
coffee.
Coffee for sure messed my teeth up. Oh, look at you.
Right? Look at those teeth.
That smile.
Like such a cutie pie. And I'd had no idea. No idea.
Now I get why you said you would go punch me in the face. Go back and punch me in the face. Because you know, I would shake, I would girl.
Right? Like we could have, if we had that confidence and that level of maturity, I don't know. We had a maturity. We had a maturity. We didn't have the emotional maturity, I think. We had a maturity. We were able to take care of ourselves, pay our bills, like do the right thing, be upstanding citizens and stuff. But it was just that.
I don't know about all that upstanding citizens.
Well, you know, going to our little Hollywood Hills parties or Malibu wine tastings. Like we were living a life as adults, but I didn't know how to connect with people. I was absolutely scared of it and afraid.
We should do that. Next time you come out, we take a trip or something. We just
Let's
go back to
plan
the
it.
old stomping grounds and just do what we should have done and see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously,
Maybe
I can't
August
do half
if you're
the things
settled
I should have
in,
done.
or September if you're settled in.
But just to be in those spaces
Yeah.
with
confidence, because that's like looking at that picture, I probably could have had anybody I want. And people would say, oh, somebody's trying to talk to you. And I would be scared. Like, I'd be like, oh, you're lying. Like, I don't know. They're not really trying to talk to me, you know?
See, I was the opposite. Is that how I'd be like, okay, bring them up. You know, depending on who I was with, I would do that. But then when I got into a relationship, that's when I would lose my mind.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to do from that point. Like for me, it wasn't you sent me.
I couldn't even get
cool.
there.
Like I could do all that stuff.
You remember we talked about that, how I ran away.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I could do all that little beginning part, and then we get in a relationship, and I turned into a psycho.
Yeah.
I was psycho. Whew. It wasn't until I learned I don't need to be psycho. Like you are being psycho. Stop it.
Yeah. Insecure.
I found something that was more grounded. That's crazy, but I don't know, girl. Social media.
I'm gonna learn it. I'm gonna learn social media because I got to.
Okay.
This work stuff ain't it.
Can't be out here working.
Right? Working for the man. Come on.
Work for
Hire me.
yourself.
Just saying.
By the way.
It's just JK.
Well, speaking of that, I'm gonna get on some editing and videos myself.
Yes, do it, girl. Can't wait to see what you come up with.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Love you. Take care.
Have a good day. Take some breaths.
You too. I'll try.
Okay.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Two Girls Shooting the Shit with Em and Mo. Please enjoy this mindful moment. Social media has turned the art of living into an act of performance.